Anyway, everybody, let's move on. Let's move on. Why not? No playoffs this year. I'm immensely disappointed. It's an immeasurable disappointment. My day is very, very nearly ruined. But it does mean that we get to go to another draft quickly. Last year's draft was terrible, but this year we should have a higher draft pick, so that works. The big question is, does the lottery matter? Well, it'd be a decent year to get the number one pick. It's not a franchise player, but it is a power forward, medium elite, Nick Silverberg. If it's not him, we're looking at Jerry Postma. And maybe not much else in that first round. Jamie Oljevich. We'll see what the hell this looks like. Right now, I'm hoping for better prospect development. And speaking of the Edmonton Oilers, well, there you go. The Edmonton Oilers have won the Stanley Cup in 2031. Connor McDavid and company getting it done. Beating the New York Rangers in 5. What could have been? That was my 2024 Stanley Cup final prediction. I got half of it right. So, there you go. Obviously, we know McDavid's still there. Last year, we saw Bedard go off. Doesn't look like McDavid had that many points. Marco Rossi. Loving life in Edmonton. Tage Thompson. Jesus. Then you got Draisaitl and McDavid still hanging out. Sean Monahan back in Alberta. Tremendous. Goaltender Johnny Klubertans. Fourth overall. I was going to say fourth overall. I meant to say fourth round. In 2024 for Utah. So, good for Klubertans. Weird team. Very, very franchise mode team at this stage. The biggest thing for us, we'll take a look at awards in a minute. I need good results here from the progress reports. Of course, Wasselin already had the gold. Park has the gold. Now, morale is also a factor, too, so that can be the cause of fluctuating OBRs. Roger McQueen still hasn't developed a gold. That's a shame. Morin now gets a quick pick as well, so he's turning into a really good defensive option. Letourneau gets quick draw. He might have to be our high-pressure situation center next year. Rafael DeRoche up to an 85. Hubbard gets his first ability this year. I forget which one that is. A Kirsch there. Low franchise now for Cooper Hubbard as well. So he's definitely the guy in goal. Bootland up to an 82. Beach up to an 82. Sims out of nowhere. Another big year. His first in a while for Jeff Sims. So, I mean, he'll be in the NHL again next year. Hirsch is the typical DFD medium elite bust. That's a shame. Hago's still doing well. Okay. Some decent development. Ooh, Ponikarovsky. Big year for him. +5 in discipline. Couple +4s in there. Not bad. Finley got a little bit better. Ho up to a 69. Not bad. No doubt we still need some luck moving forward in this draft. That would be nice. Again, I'm just kind of shocked. Like, that last season sucked. It was just such a crazy setback for us. We ended up firing the coach of the year. Oh my God, fuck you! Oh, I hate you! I hate your guts! I hope you step on a Lego every morning when you get out of bed for the rest of your goddamn life. We finish 9th and end up with the higher pick than the vast majority of the time that we had top odds. More often than not with top odds, we pick 3rd. Now we pick 2nd, meaning we're still not going to get that top 5 power forward because Tampa's going to take him number 1. Okay. Just had to get that out. I feel better. All right. Well, I have no idea who the hell we're going to take with this pick because there was only one player at the top of the board for us. Our lottery luck has been atrocious in this series so far. Panarin retires, Jeff Skinner, Ryan O'Reilly. Goodness. Who retired on the defensive side? Roman Yossi's finally gone. I'd say finally because he's been terrorizing the league. And goalies, John Gibson, Jordan Binnington. Not much else. Roman Josi as a head coach, potentially. Ryan O'Reilly becomes a scout. He retired as a Maple Leaf, by the way, Ryan O'Reilly. Let's see what's out there. Maybe that guy fell to second on the draft board, and Tampa will do us a favor here. Tampa took a power forward last year. No, he's still number 1 on the board. Tampa, take Rodrigo Garcia. You know you want to. Because if you don't, I have to go off the board outside of the top 5. Tampa, I know you love your Swedes. Not today. Tampa takes Silfverberg, first overall, 83 overall, 17-year-old, the medium elite. No abilities or anything out of the gates, but son of a bitch. Okay, well, I'm used to this, right? I'm used to this. I mean, we have this on standby, just ready to go for these type of occasions. Who the hell are we going to go for here? Those retired players are throwing me. I was watching the Blue Jackets NHL 12 series. Fair. So we have Jerry Postma. That guy's probably not a DFD. Joseph, definitely not a DFD. We have Jamie Olyevich. John Peverly. Eric Gibson. Tuomas Kuparainen. Troy Courtnall. Justice Sweetland. Hello, Fox. They saw your video bashing him. Hey, they deserved it. They're responsible. Sundstrom DFD. OFD. It looks very similar. But it is showing up as an OFD, even though I will admit everything about him does scream DFD. It might actually be worth seeing and taking the risk there. It might be. Just go to PS5 any game recommendations. Not this. The God of War series. If you don't enjoy the God of War series, then there's just something wrong with you. Shit, I bought a PS5 just to play God of War Ragnarok. Ghost of Tsushima, also a great game. Spider-Man games are great too. I mean, there's no denying, the Xbox is still my console of choice just because, I don't know, it's just I prefer it at this point, even though I was more of a PS2 kid than an OG Xbox kid. Have I played Evil West? No, I have heard of it though. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, PlayStation exclusive games, the single player exclusive games, are fucking incredible. They really are. The Last of Us too. I mean, that's honestly, in terms of recent games of the past 10 years or so that are in my all-time list, it's the latest God of War games and the first 2 Last of Us games are up there. They're unfucking real. Alright, was there anybody else in the first round that we could look at since we had to call a timeout? We had Sweetland. You ever do a North America versus the world against chat in NHL? Not possible because in franchise you can only control one team. Otherwise, I would love to do that. But yeah, we are limited by the game. Alright, we're going to have a lot of players to look at here. Alright, let's see. Did we have any goalies on our short list? No, we did not. Defenseman. What do we got? Cesar Richard. We don't know enough about him to take him right now. 2nd overall. Eric Gibson. Jerry Postma. 2 years out. Ooh, Turakov. NHL ready. Projected 34th, but Jakub Turakov right now is the pick. Olyevich 3 years. Shea Weber boy! He plays just like Shea Weber, knows how to play the game well. Let's see. Jan Zhitnik. I wasn't prepared for the dodge. Shea Weber boy, let me tell you. Robert Sundstrom. God, do we risk it for Sundstrom, though? And then there's Troy Courtnall, whose potential isn't good enough. If we were to take a forward, it won't be Brendan Dryden. I like the Brindamore comparison, though. Peverly, 3 years out, Sakic comp? Okay. Justice Sweetland, 3 years out. Lincoln Holloway, 3 years out. Almost Cooper Ryan, 3 years out. Jesus. Sakic wasn't a power forward. He sure wasn't. It's got to be a defenseman. It's either the guarantee of Jakub Turakov, or we go for Robert Sundstrom and hope that with that size, he is actually a DFD, but it's not a guarantee. And again, if we take him, we can't risk it. If we take him and he's not a DFD, we have to trade him for nothing. We got to go for Turakov here, the Ukrainian. Second round projection, and out of necessity and our limitations, we're going to have to take this guy second overall. Jakub Turakov is the pick. 76 overall, medium 4. I don't know how that's NHL ready. He does have shutdown and ice pack, though. So at least he's got a couple of abilities. But obviously not the ideal second overall pick. You know, we win the goddamn lottery and then we don't even have anybody that we can take who's supposed to go that early. 9th pick of the second round. Who do we have now? It's an okay pick. It could have been a hell of a lot worse. Per Backstrom might be worth the risk. Might be. This guy is also big. But, I don't really want to risk anything here. The defenseman you wanted to get, but was risky. I'll check him in a second here. We got Hudson Book. Potential Oli, DFD, Eric McLean. All right, we got enough guys here that we're not going to risk it for Backstrom. Any other guarantees? Mark Mason. Potential grinder, Jyrki Hautinen. Well, he is a grinder, but Marco Antila. Rainier Schultz, Barry Agon. Okay. For the record, Sundstrom. Postma was a 68. Sundstrom. Did I miss him? 2-way. That would have been a big mistake. Wasn't even a medium elite. Okay. Let's call another timeout here because we got players to look through. Catcher, yes. We had a second round pick a couple of years ago that I had to get rid of. So there's a goalie, Marco Antila. 4 years out of 18 is not that bad. Defense, Rainier Schultz, we got to aim higher than that potential. Mark Mason. Potentially 2 years out, unconfirmed truck. Hudson Book. 4 years. Shea Weber boy, let me tell you. Okay. Eric McLean. Potentially 2 years out. And Agon, we got to aim higher than that. Forwards, Jyrki Hautinen. 4 years out, but he's 17. Houtenen's not looking that bad. We're not going to go for the goalie because we already have 2 good goalies. At least. Hudson Book is like the guarantee, but I'd rather go for Hautinen. So we're down to 3. And hitting the button too many times. Mark Mason. That leadership ability. Unconfirmed 2 years out. Unconfirmed truck. McLean is a 3 out of 4, where Mason's only a 2. McLean unconfirmed 2 years out, but closer than May. It's down to McLean or Hautinen. Jyrki Hautinen is the pick. Oh, God, it sucks. 3 out of 4 low elite, man, and he's a low top 6. That sucks. Damn it. It was the right player to go for on paper based on the info we had. We'll see if we screwed up if one of the other guys was significantly better. But, I mean, we know Hudson Book was a medium 4. We need more help on the forward side, the depth scoring, than we do defense at this point, so it was worth it for that reason. Liam was a low 4. Well, outside of Hudson Book, Mason wasn't that good either. Yeah, outside of Hudson Book being a guarantee, I mean, we did fine. Antilla was only a starter. So, not the end of the world. Could have been worse. Let's call another timeout here early. Third round, again, is the time where we got to start kind of game planning for down the road. So goalies. Jaden Lawson or John Acker, a.k.a. Jacker. Good old Jacker. Defensively, Aiden Bobolev. A couple of other guys who might be in the mix that are a bit of a long shot. Fuller's not that bad. Right wing side, long shots. Pretty much across the board. Left wing side, more long shots. And at center, would you believe it? More long shots. Although Brad Ricci, 3 out of 4, low elite, might be the guy. We got 3 different 2 out of 4 medium elites. The low elites, though, we got 2 3 out of 4 low elites. It's got to be one of them right now. It's either Aiden Bobolev or Brad Ricci. Bobolev, unconfirmed 3 years out. Ricci, confirmed 4 years out. They're both 18. I'm going to go for Brad Ricci. I feel like we need to put more emphasis on forwards. Oh, man. Couple of low 6 forwards. You hate to see it. Yeah, I hate to see it. We got 2 out of 4 medium elites, both centers. 2 out of 4 low elites. Yeah. All right, we'll go to the top here. It's either Jaden Wrights or Sean Richards. Richards is 20. Potentially 4 years out. Go for Jaden Wrights. Hey, we got a medium 6 this time. 51 overall grinder. I mean, we're getting some forwards into the system, which we desperately needed to do, but obviously no one's particularly amazing. A lot more risky selections here. We're looking at one of these 4 now. Ola Pettersson at 18, 4 years out. 5 years out for Busanius, unconfirmed 1T. Logan Homer at 19, potentially 2 years out. Interesting. And Nick Mestra. All right, our pick here is pretty straightforward. Let's go for the big defenseman out of Mississauga, Logan Homer. Good starting overall, ship potential. Low 4 is a dumpster fire of a potential. Not a great draft for us again. What else do we got here? Another 2 out of 4 in Mestra. I mean, he's our best bet based off of what we know. And we'll take the overager. Terrible. Absolute trash garbage. And the last pick, 207. Shout out to my home state. Let's just try to see who the best of the bunch is here. Screw these guys, unless anybody's magically delicious, and they're not. At the very top here, then, who's it going to be? 5 years, 5 years. 3 years, perhaps, for Ezra Brower. Doyle, no. Horton, no. Ted Horton. 4 years for Abraham Janes. And Lawson's potentially 5 years, unconfirmed abilities. Okay, he is a goalie. I was going to say, what the hell? So we're down to a forward, a defenseman, and a goaltender. The forward is Abraham Janes at 19. You can't really trust anything about the letters there, but confirmed 4 years out. Brower at 19, unconfirmed 3 years out. For the goaltender, Jaden Lawson, might have abilities. We got to go for a skater. And Brower's also a two-way, and James is a sniper. I didn't even notice. Did I take anybody I wasn't supposed to? Yeah, we can't even take Mestra anyway. You know, I kind of lost the plot with that last pick of someone not being available. So the round 6 pick didn't work out. Round 7's pretty straightforward, though. And it won't be Hose in back-to-back years. It'll be goaltender Jaden Lawson, who's a medium fringe. Absolutely horrific draft for us. Absolutely horrific. Turakov's not bad, but for a second overall pick, it's not great. So far tonight, we have had no luck whatsoever. Bad draft last year, missed the playoffs. Bad draft this year. Rough times. Let's get rid of John Gillies. We don't have to sign any of the goaltenders that we have here. So we can qualify the ones that we do. Wouldn't be against seeing Kirsch get a qualifying offer. Or even Hubbard, if it gets us enough first-round picks back. And again, we're going to let quite a few of these guys go to free agency and just see if there's anything to be done. We'll keep Kuznetsov, just because he'll be good for the NHL or the AHL. So, let's keep him around for the year. Honestly, we can just qualify everybody pretty much. We probably will end up signing Turakov, though. Get him that pro playing time out of the gates. And then some UFAs towards the bottom. I mean, we pretty much know they're not going to develop, right? We can let go of Jermaine Merrick's 4th rounder in 2029. He's not going to make the cut. And Pierce Clapperton, I don't even remember drafting. But we're going to get rid of him too with that kind of shit potential. We'll sign Audette, though. I mean, he's younger. Maybe he can be something. Unlikely, but maybe. Right wing side, got to qualify Bootland and Sterner, Toskala, and Stutzel. Stutzel has dropped from a medium to a low top 6. That potential is just a nightmare for me. Low 9, Esposito. Sorry to Aaron Esposito. 6th rounder in 2029, but we're not going to bother. We'll keep Markstrom. Actually, in fairness, I probably should have kept the other guy because I don't have enough forwards. We'll sign Swick for another year. Got to keep Letourneau. Got to keep Silverthorne. Just give him what he wants. We have plenty of cap space. Beach, Sawyer. This might be the year that Ho gets signed as well. Cesar Audette, Trent Swick, Aiden Silverthorne, Kuznetsov, Turakov. The rest are RFAs. I can't believe how bad the past calendar year has been for us, though. That is so disappointing. So disappointing. We'll have to see if we're bringing back OV and Kopitar. Our whole trying to train up former players as actual coaches strat. As you can tell, really hasn't worked that well. Really hasn't. Let's look to bring in Roman Yossi. AHL associate. Keep trying to train these guys up if we can. Roman Yossi, and we'll bring back Kopitar. As in a, whoops, didn't have to go all the way around. AHL assistant for Andrzej Kopitar, Slovenia #1. And where is Ovi? There he is. Ovi, how's being an AHL goalie coach temporarily? Sound to you. And there's nobody else, which is good. Actually, there is. There's Ryan Suter. Final start. Oh, that's so fun. It was quite the delay between the start of the NBA and the Stanley Cup final. Quite the delay indeed. All right, I think we're good. Yeah, we're not missing anybody. The big question is, do I go after that A-plus coach or just say screw it? Because the A-plus, an A- coach this past year really didn't even help that much. We just meme with former coaches. There's no denying the A-plus coach will help, but we've won with like a B- head coach before, so maybe we just meme it up. We have 5 scouting spots. You're starting a franchise with 1 player. He's in my top 3 choices. Who? What's the conversation here? All right, there we go. Feels weird to not go for an A-plus coach, but you know what? I'm all right with it. Ah, you're still talking Bobby Witt. Fair enough. Fair enough. Romaniosi is on. Kopitar's back. Ryan Suter. Curtis Del Rio. Alex Ovechkin. Okay. Tiny Bowl. Didn't even notice that Tiny Bowl was brought on. Rudolph Hirsch, 3rd round pick. He's worth more to us than a 3rd round pick. We'll match that offer. Nice try, Tampa. 3rd round pick for Chris Beach. We'll match that offer. Nice try. Nice try. Still got some big RFAs out there. Waiting for offer sheets if they happen. Well, it happened. 4 first-round picks for Brady Wason. "23 years old, 91 overall. 2nd overall in 2026. I'm going to ask to delay a week and then take a look at Winnipeg to see if I think they're going to do well. Remind me in 6 days. Stop the sim. We also get a 1, 2, and 3 for Chris Park, but Park is... If we're going to let go of Park, it would have to be for 4 first-round picks as well. So we'll match that one for Park. No doubt. All right. How did Winnipeg do this year? Because if they're a good team looking to add a great player, then there's no point in us even considering this. They're a team that just missed the playoffs. Damn. Sin, what's up, man? Yeah, if they were in like the... Oh, man, they were actually just behind us in the standings. 4 first-round picks from the Jets. Damn. Damn, they were in that bottom half. A queen qualifies. Is it a height thing over a player type? Sin, I'm confused. No, it's solely down to just player type. Again, 4 first-round picks from the Jets for Brady Wason. Again, this is the only way that we can ever get extra draft picks is through offer sheets. Thought Roger McQueen was a playmaker. At least not on this roster from Vassy. I do want to take a more in-depth look at their roster. So goalie-wise, Tristan Lennox, Alex Nedeljkovic. Defense, Hensler, Stock, Barons, Lume, Valimaki. We're trying to trade. Right wing sides, Velarde, Zetterlund, Ehlers. Left wing side, Perfetti, Connor. Down the middle is Danielson. So they don't have much down the middle. This is a real tough choice, actually. 4 first-round picks for Brady Wason. Obviously, we really don't have much on that left wing side. If we were to move on from Wason, aside from moving Lindstrom and Silverthorne over and running Morin and Letourneau as our top 2 centers. Waslin's only 23. He was our leading scorer last year. 92 points, back-to-back 90-point seasons. Like, obviously the question is, like, the depth that those picks could be. You know? 4 first-round picks. If even one of them is Brady Wason, then the other 3 could provide the depth that we need. But are we then getting rid of too much high-end talent in the short term? Because without Wason, we have Lindstrom, McQueen, Morin, Letourneau, Silverthorne. It's kind of a big 5 while still trying to train up these 2. And then defensively, kind of a big 3 there. Turakov's now in the mix a little bit. That's a real tough call. I mean, their future first-round pick value is relatively high out of the gates. Not really projecting them to be that great moving forward. Brady Wason, what do we want to do with you? It's obvious that trading him will hurt. He's the most valuable player on our team. But we do still have good players. And if Winnipeg's bad, we could find a replacement Wason. It's just, is he a part of that core? Because that Lindstrom, McQueen, Wason line's been good, but it wasn't amazing last year. Our first line next year instead would probably be Lindstrom, Letourneau, McQueen, because Letourneau now has Silver Quick Draw and Silver Big Tipper, or Tip Jar, whatever, which he just developed recently. So you get rid of Wason. Second line is Morin, Beach, and Bootland to try and get them to develop, if not Silverthorne. Silverthorne could be on the third line with whom? Hagos and Helms, Hagos and Sterner. I mean, it would affect our depth, certainly, but we do have the depth to survive it. Four first-round picks, though. There's no doubt he is an absolute beast. The biggest thing... Oh, Sin, I already knew. Don't worry. He's great defensively. He's amazing physically. I know those stats are blanked out for you guys. I mean, he is like the ultimate physical threat. I'd say he's a good shooter, not a great shooter. Or at the very least, he's a great shooter, but not an elite shooter. Offensive awareness is pretty good. Passing's okay. His skating is the big thing that concerns me. That's the thing that concerns me. And also, yes, his name annoys the shit out of me. If you expect to have another disappointing season, it might be worth taking it. Well, that's the other factor, right? Like, if Winnipeg ends up being a lottery pick, and we miss the playoffs again next year, too, I mean, we're double dipping in terms of decent draft picks. And I'm just worried about the attributes themselves, basically. And, like, was he taking away from Lindstrom and McQueen? I guess the big problem here is Dean Letourneau cannot skate either. But he does have 98 offensive awareness. I mean, he's not quite Wason, but he's a very similar player. Somewhat weaker shot. Morin's also a similar player, not the best skater in the world. A lot of guys on this team are kind of middling skaters. I mean, they're power forwards. I guess that's to be expected. Chris Beach can't skate worth a shit. Neither can Bootland. Oh my god. This is a franchise-altering decision right here. Keep Wasselen, commit to him, and the guys that we already have, and say those are the ones, or we move on from Wasselen, still commit to who we already have left over, but hope that we get some good value out of those 4 first-rounders. By the way, it was $13 million. What's their cap situation? Eller's deal's up at the end of next year. Zetterlund's deal's up at the end of next year. I mean, almost between Ehlers and Zetterlund are clearing out the cap space for Wasselen next year. 1 year left for... Oh, yeah, I can't do it. 1 year left of Josh Morrissey. That contract comes off the books. They free up that much more cap space. I don't think they're a shit enough team. Like, they're getting that cap space freed up. They're going to be able to weaponize it in free agency moving forward. Yeah, I mean, Eller's deal's coming up. Morrissey's deal's coming up. The old guard. You know what? I don't care. Chat, you decide. Take the pressure off my shoulders. Will we keep Brady Wasselen or take the 4 first-round picks? It's your choice. Fuck it. Decide our future, chat. What are we doing with Brady Wasselen? I'm fine with it either way. I think you can make that decision and justify that decision either way. They're offering Wasselen a 6-year deal at $13.4 million. If we keep him, he gets that contract. If we let him go, we get Winnipeg's next 4 first-round picks. Again, he is 23 years old, showing up currently as a 91 overall. That might not be his actual true overall. The only thing he really can't do is skate. He's a solid passer, but not a great passer. And again, almost 99 everything in the physical category. What do we do with Brady Wasselen, chat? It is your choice. I will leave it up to you. You've never steered me the wrong way. Never, ever. Never, ever, huh? Brady Wasselen. It's a close vote, too. It's a real close vote. I'd take the picks if we could draft any player, but not the Goon squad. That's fair. That's another aspect of it, yeah. There's a lot of different ways to view this. A lot of different ways to view this. It is a 50-50 split right now with a few seconds to go. What is Brady Wasselen's future? Is it here in Trinidad and Tobago? Or will it be in Winnipeg? What is the choice? 4 first-rounders or Brady Wasselen? By 1 vote, Brady Wasselen, you are a goonfish. We are matching the offer. By 1 vote, Brady Wasselen stays with the goonfish. There you go. Democracy rules. Brady will be here up into his 30s. This is why chat always loses streamer versus chat. So Brady Wasselen stays. No other RFAs get offers, at least that were still out there. So we'll bring back Letourneau for the year. Actually, Letourneau is going to be a UFA at the end of this deal. It's time to give him... Ooh, how much money, how much term do we give Dean Letourneau? Yeah, we'll sign him for the 1 year for now. Goalies, Hubbard for the 1 year, and Christian Kirsch for the 1 year. Let's get those guys signed. Let's get those guys signed. One, that's two, and that's three. So, in terms of unsigned dudes, 39 contracts. So we will need to bring in a depth goalie. Unsigned defenseman. Logan Homer is going to be in junior. That's fine. Forwards. We can't sign Harvey Ho yet. We might as well sign Kimo Asplund. Why not? Ricci is in junior. Can bring over Hautanen. Shantz kind of sucks anyway. And Jaden Wrights can also be signed. So, there we go. We just need our cap whales. Then we'll set up this roster. I don't even know who the hell our head coach is going to be next year. So the oldest goalie that sucks is still John Gillies. Let's go for Zach Fucale. The next Carey Price, #1 goaler. Let's go for Zach Fucale. We want to make sure we still have cap space, so I want to go about 15 million per. Wish to scroll a bit faster, or that you could just change individual numerals, but, you know. And then for the forward, that sucks the most, Philip Forsberg. So Philip Forsberg. Give Philip Forsberg a nice little severance package. A whole lot of money. So there you go. Philip. Sweet. Beautiful Philip. Get those guys on the roster. Under contract. Yeah, the big decision. Brady Wason stays. The TSN turning points. So, goalies this year will be Hubbard and Kirsch. We'll also have Fucale as the extra. And then on roster, Gove kind of sucked last year. Nikita Kuznetsov, I mean, you've been here for a while, but your time might be done. Defense. If we base it off of potential again, Luke Gallagher's got to go because he's 24. We do have to send down one more dude. Why were they in the minors? Because we just signed them. They were RFA holdouts. I mean, Jakub Turikov might do well in the AHL, but man, we might have to brute force him at the NHL level. Means Andrew Gove can go. Let's try to brute force Turikov's development. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, as we've seen. And then for the forwards, we got to call up Letourneau. It's 10, 11, 12, 13 with Ponikarovsky. We could also try to brute force Ponikarovsky's development. So let's send down Hemingway. Is there anybody else that we're worried about? I don't think so. We do have to call up Forsberg. Low elite Markstrom. I mean, we might have to try to brute force him too. I'm not worried about the low sixes. And then Jaden Wright is there as well. It's a little bit of a risk, but if we send down Sterner and Helms, I don't think we have the space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, we got room. Yeah, you know what? I think we do have room. Let's send down these two. So, I mean, our fourth line will be a little bit weaker, but I think we can justify it. Try and develop somebody. We got to get Forsberg out of there for Markstrom. Hagos is a depth forward. These two are both fourth liners. Bump up Ponikarovsky. Play Hagos with these two young guys to get them some NHL time. Go Markstrom, Hagos, and Wrights. So the fourth line will suck, but it sucked last year anyway with better players. Yeah, I think these two guys had their chance to try and develop a bit and blew it. So we'll go Butlin, Ponikarovsky, Beach. Lindstrom has an 84 in faceoffs now, which is pretty good. I hate that Letourneau has quick draw at 82 faceoffs. His two line mates have better faceoff ratings than him. But I'm going to have to play Letourneau at center because of the ability. But does the ability factor into the sim that much if it's silver quick draw? Maybe in the playoffs I'll play Letourneau at center, but for now it doesn't make much sense. So we'll go Silver or Letourneau, Morin, Silverthorne, and then keep that top line together. I'm still a bit worried that that top line is too strong, but Wasselin, Lindstrom, McQueen, it's not bad. Then again, it wasn't bad last year and we missed the playoffs. We're still going to have Hirsch on that third line. Bump up Turikov to play with Park. Peterson, 22, a low elite. There we go. So it'll be Turikov, Park, Peterson, DeRocher, Sims, and Hirsch. And an in goal, Hubbard, who has instincts, great shot anticipation, and Christian Kirsch behind him. It could be a playoff team. It could be. It should be. Last year's team should have been. And then we'll take Russo out. Lundin we don't care about. We'll take him out for Kopitz. Yeah, I mean, Versteeg can be the starter. He's good enough. That's fine. Yeah, Sim, we've gotten good player development, shockingly, in terms of like name generation. Ah, God. We'll worry about that in a second. In terms of forwards that we want Hautanen in here. Take out Valentenko for Swick, because at least he's ours. Vishnevsky. Left bomb ours? No. Osplund is, though. Valentenko was not ours. Sin. You're the man. Nestorov is not ours. Let's see, we got 3 defensemen. Kapitanov's not ours. Right. Actually, we can get this to work then. Let's play Zhekimovs. And we'll play Audette at forward. So defensively, 24 and 25-year-olds don't care about you as much. So odds are you're not going to develop. Medium 6, and a low 4. So we'll go Finley, Gallagher, McIver, Duncan, and Kuznetsov. Forwards. We don't got to worry about Swick. We have a lot of low 6s on this team. Koskela is a medium bottom 6. So is Sawyer. So is Hanula. Yeah, the forward depth outside of the NHL is hurting. It is hurting. Yeah, depth in the third line. All right, low 6s. Fucking develop for once, please. I would appreciate it. Just kidding, they won't. Ever. That's looking okay. Any interest? Canucks trading for Lindholm, right? I mean, Elias Lindholm is a good player. How much better is he in terms of who they already had? Like, he is better, but just how much? Like, how much does that help? Haven't had a low 6 develop since NHL 17. No shit, right? Dude, even like medium top 6 forwards now are almost worthless, and medium 4 defensemen are almost worthless. It's ridiculous. It does feel like the vast majority of potentials in this game just do not fucking matter. Medium, low elite or higher, or shut the fuck up, basically. Get out of here, you're not going to develop. Who's our head coach going to be for this upcoming season? What auto signed Jim Wilkinson for me. That's nice of you, game. That's incredibly nice of you. The problem is I don't really want an A- coach. I want a real coach. Damn it. So get out of here. Nobody wants you. We don't have any coaches that play a physical style. We got Burnsy, who plays balanced. Suter plays a defensive. Couturier plays a defensive. Obviously, Yossi's the highest rated. Brent Burns, head coach. Fuck it. Why not? Let's live a little. Let's live a little. Honestly, from there, the coaches are pretty much good to go. Everyone pinch all the time. Actually, who's the best scheme fit? Burns is actually a 68 scheme fit. That's not bad. What's Couturier? Prophecy. Good to see you, by the way. 66 for Couturier. Scheifele? 61. Burns is actually our best scheme fitted coach right now. Suter, 57. Yossi? 60. Burns is going to be our head coach this year. Kopitar? It's Kopitar or Burnsy. And then Ovi. It's got to be Brent Burns. Let's do it. Burns is in. Does scheme fit even matter? I mean, it changes. It showcases like who fits with the lines. So it does matter, yeah. Brent Burns is going to be our head coach this year. Yeah, everything there looks okay. We do have to get rid of somebody, and out of this group, it's Alex Ovechkin, who can fuck off. Let's go Ryan Suter as AHL head coach, just because of his higher rating. There we go. We're going to develop coaches, damn it. We're going to try, at least. Holy A- goalie coach. GG's. GG's. A- goalie coach. GG's. Sign forever. Aaron Hernandez. From Satan. Rylan Phillips, you know you want to take this contract, buddy. Be my goalie coach forever and ever. Amen. Do it. And then do we have another half-decent goalie coach? A C-, which is actually pretty good. Radoslav Petrozalik. The old Petrozalik. There we go. Coaches look good. The team looks good. I mean, especially keeping Brady around. In terms of the scouts, we need a DEL scout, a Liga, and a Russia scout. So, we're going to Germany. The Germans. Tabol. Tiny Bowl, you get to go to Liga. And Del Rio. Can it be Alberto Del Rio? Can I banish you to Russia? Fucking scumbag that he is. Anyway, there we go. Looking good. What's the line chemistry look like with Burnsy in charge? +5, +1, no negatives. -3 for that defense pairing, but I really don't care. We do get a +5 for Turikov and Park. So again, we'll try to brute force Jakub Turikov this year. Oh boy, I have no idea what to expect though, because we missed the playoffs last year, so who knows?